After visiting churches that were invaded by demon because of Christian song inspired by demon, the Lord took me back to hell. We enter through the opening that looked like the apple of the eyes that kept blinking, and we arrived back to the hill of fire where I saw the so-called Great Master Luambo who was burning in the concrete of fire. There were countless souls in the fire burning and screaming, and the Great Master continued to sing while demons were flying in space and saying continually to the damned souls, "Rejoice, for this is your kingdom for eternity." We were looking at this horrendous spectacle when I began to see the ground shaking. It was a great shaking like an earthquake and tremor, and I heard these doomed souls that were already in torment screaming in panic, "Let's run, for he is coming, we must escape, he is here." These people that were already burning in the fire were now running all over in the flames and scattering and fleeing. But since there were no exit and no place to run, I saw the crowds plunging deep inside the flames and the lava of hell. I said, "Lord, who are they running from?" The Lord said to me, "Look to the horizon." When I looked where the Lord was pointing, I saw coming with great force huge of lava of fire approaching in great speed like an ocean tsunami with great wind, and there were thunderclap, lightning, and the ground was shaking, and I began to hear echo of a voice of mockery and infernal of laugh, of this character that was approaching. The damned souls kept screaming, "Let's hide and avoid his anger, let's hide from him." When this evil character finally arrived before the innumerable souls that filled this place, called the reception of hell, he stood suspended in the sky, and I saw that he was accompanied by thousands upon thousands of wicked spirit of hell. They were demon of all kind and shape. In the middle of these ferocious beasts of hell, I could see the shadow of this character that was laughing with arrogance and wickedness. I said, "Lord, who is this entity?" The Lord said to me, "You have heard about the devil. This is Satan." When I looked at the devil who seemed like a shadow, I saw that he was wearing a black cassock. On his chest it was written, "The Lord of Evil." He was wearing a crown on the head which had precious stones that were shining. I could not see his face properly because he was a shadow. It is in the tribunal of prayer that I saw him properly. He stood in the altitude, with countless demons, and they were laughing at damned souls. The Lord said to me, "Often Lucifer come to visit Difference Valley in the reception of hell to mock souls in pits of hell that have newly arrived in the reception of hell. He come to visit these souls newly arrived in the reception to mock them before they are sent to the 351 chambers of hell, and then he will go back to his headquarters, and today he has come for a new visit of new souls. Pay attention to what he will say." After mocking these souls, Lucifer said to his demons, "Look, behold these people, the so-called image and likeness of God. It is written that they are made in the image and likeness of God, but this is what they have become." The devil asked these souls, "Are you really made in God image and likeness? If that is so, why do you seem skeletal? Why do you seem burned? Why do you have maggot crawling all over your body?" While these people continued to beg him, the devil told them, "I did not know that to be his image mean to skeletal and to be his likeness mean to have maggot crawling all over your body." Lucifer told his demons, "We are not made in the image and likeness of God, but we are more beautiful than them, because they deformed and skeletal. Look at these souls who were made in the image and likeness of God, how they have become skeleton." Then he told these souls who were begging him for mercy, "You have to keep quiet. The dwellers of the earth do not hesitate to insult and criticize me. They despised me and treat me as if I was a vile object, but these people who reject me like doing my bidding, instead of the will of their God." He told them, "You reject me in your lip, but you love in your action. You people rejected him in your words, but in your action you have embraced me. You always said you love him, but your actions show that you don't belong to him but to me. For whoever practices sin is of the devil. You love him in your words, but in your action you had reject him. This is your fate and rewards. I am the Lord. I have spoken, it shall come to pass, I will do it. I will not go back, I will not spare, I will not relent. According to your ways and your deeds you will be judged, declares the Lord God. Ezekiel 24:14. He is coming to take those who love not only in words but also in action. The Lord said, "These people draw near to me with their mouths and honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Their worship of me is but rules taught by men." The devil told the damned, "Since you rejected him with your action, this is your kingdom forever. When Lucifer was speaking this way, the Lord was in tears for these souls who are lost forever. I said to the Lord, what does he mean? He said to me, the enemy is talking about you, my children who go to church and serve me. You honor me with your lip, but your life and actions has nothing to do with the newness of life. Your heart is far from me. In the meantime, the enemy continued to mock these newly arrived souls. He asked them, why are you crying? Don't cry. This is your kingdom and your eternal dwelling. You made a choice to follow my way and do my bidding. This is the reward that your Lord has paid you, since you love your Master, the Creator of all. Only in your lip but your life honor me. This is your place. I cannot give you a part of my kingdom. My kingdom and glory is for myself. As the devil continued to mock these souls, I saw that they all came out of the lava, standing on the flames where they were burning. They were deformed and calcinated, and maggot were crawling all over their body. They began to beg Satan, telling him, Master, on earth we did not reject you and insult you. We were in your side. Everyone was justifying himself and claiming his innocence, and Satan was laughing. I saw these souls that had become skeletons, grabbing a man that was a pastor on earth, and they said to Satan, Master Lucifer, this is a pastor. He used to send you fire on earth, but we like you. I saw the pastor screaming, leave me alone. He said to the devil, Master, it is not true. I was honoring you on earth. I was never against you. I was singing for you and I preached in my church in your favor. The pastors were denying Jesus in the fire, saying they were servant of Satan, not God. Then Satan told them, now worship me so that you will have peace. Everybody desperately knelt down in the lava where they were and began to worship Satan, hoping for peace and rest. But the more they worshipped Satan, the more the fire of hell multiplied and began to calcinate these souls who were already skeleton. The degree of fire increased, but these souls continue to worship, hoping for rest that they will never have. The devil was so drunk with their worship and said to these souls, you cannot go to the chamber of hell with my wealth. You must give me back my wealth. And I saw the devil saying to his demon, get my wealth from these people. Before they are sent to their respective chamber, they must return what belonged to me. Then you will take them to the 12 tunnel that lead to the 351 chambers of hell. Then the devil ended his visit and left, but his demon remained in order to get from these souls what belonged to the devil. I asked the Lord Jesus Christ, what is the wealth of Satan? The Lord said to me, anything that you have used in the world that belonged to Satan. When you die, your soul will be condemned because of his property and wealth that you were using and maintaining in the world, and he will take it away from you. The wealth of Lucifer are his property. If you were offended by your wife and you refuse to forgive her, the grudge and bitterness that you are keeping in your heart belong to Satan, for they are his property and wealth that you are maintaining in your heart. And since you are keeping the property and wealth of Satan in your life, when you die you will be tormented because of his property and he will take it from you. If you had anger in your heart, if you had pride, jealousy, hate, understand that these are property and wealth of Satan that you are keeping. You must get rid of them before it's too late. Then I saw a wicked spirit entering inside the fire, and they began to tear down these souls in order to take out the wealth and property of the devil. They were tearing these souls' bodies and saying, give back our property, give back our wealth. I saw a particular soul in the fire. A song was playing in her ear. The demon began to tear her ears, and kept saying to her, give back our song. I asked the Lord, what has she done to suffer such a torment? The Lord said this woman was a born-again Christian, member of a popular church in the city. When she was still an unbeliever, she loved a particular song of a musical celebrity in the country, and when she came to me and was born again, every time she hear that song playing, even if she does not sing the song in her mouth, she still sing the song in her heart and mind, even though it was world music. One day she was going to church. On the way she heard the particular secular song she liked playing in the street in a compound. She did not want to move away because she wanted to hear more, and she pretended to do something in that place in order to be there before that compound and hear the music that she liked, even if she was holding the Bible and going to church. But when she died few days later, her soul was condemned because of that song. That is why demons are tearing her ear to retrieve the song which is a property of the devil. Brethren, we cannot keep the property of the enemy. We need separation from the world. I saw in the fire a man pushing away a computer that was attached on his hand. The Lord said, any instrument or electronic gadget you use on earth to commit sin will appear in judgment of hell to condemn you. This soul was trying to get away from this computer, but in vain. I asked the Lord what is wrong with him. The Lord said this man was a pastor of an assembly, but he was using the computer in order to watch sexual content, and I saw on the screen of the computer 3 ladies wearing underwear and dancing and shaking their bum. I said, Lord, what has he done? The Lord said he was in prayer retreat with a member of the church, and when prayer stopped in the time of rest, he entered in his office and sat before the computer to watch women dancing half naked in a clip of the musical celebrity 50 Cent. The member of his church who were in the office thought that he was working, but he was watching nudity. Since his eyes were watching these nudity of women, he had to answer for his action, and demon came to pierce his eyes in order to retrieve these sexual content that are the property of the devil. Demon destroy his eye socket because of the clip of nudity he liked to watch, and these half-naked girl on the computer that were attached to his hand kept saying justice because the pastor watched their nudity. Another soul was tormented here because he had sex with his wife during menstrual period. Even if the Bible is opposed to that, brother, if you have done that in the past and have not confessed, you have to confess it now. Another soul was burned by inside CD because when he went to buy a CD in that shop there were also selling pornographic CD. These images remain in the mind of this brother and condemned him.